Hello, Skipford. How are you doing this morning? Good morning, Notoria. God, sorry. I think you guys are gonna have a blast today. I am confident that we're gonna have the most entertaining stream of all. No, that's a lie. You're gonna enjoy the game. It's not gonna be the most entertaining stream of all time, but this game, I think you guys are gonna laugh your asses off, and you're going to enjoy every ounce of gameplay. It's going to be funsies. Do you at least have coffee to put that coffee creamer in, or are you just kind of like, fuck it, it's a creamer kind of day? You're giant. Oh, you guys are on a roll. I will be done in couple seconds. I'm self-promoting. Slacking this morning. I got up a little late, so I'm kind of behind. I'm a little behind. I wasn't even supposed to start streaming, so technically I'm early. But I'm on time, but I don't know. I know I'm not scheduled to go live for another 40 minutes, and I also said I was going to be later today due to the fact that the dentist appointment, but things changed. I'm here. I'm relatively on time for me. Yeah, whatever. Whatever. Alright, we have tweeted. Close that down. Close that down. Close that down. This screen needs to be over here today because reasons. We will have no music today as far as requests go because the game that I'm going to be playing, its soundtrack and stuff is so good that I would hate to tarnish such an amazing game with music. So I guess I have too much respect for this game to throw music over top of it. Alright, is the game a little loud? Should I turn it down? Like the music you guys can hear? That's coming from the game, I just haven't. That's the menu. You mean you're glad that the area in which you are weeding has internet connection so that way you can be entertained while you are weeding? Alright, let's switch over to the game then and adjust the volume a little bit and go from there. Ba-da-da-da. I don't know, I think the game... I wish there was just a master volume that I can turn it all down a little bit, but apparently there's... No, this guy gets to stay. He's fucking awesome. I don't give a shit. It's way too good not to have him on full blast. Alright. How are those levels? It's not too quiet now, right? Sound in this game is very important to your guys' entertainment. Because it's awesome. Oh. Do a little stretchy stretch. Alright. I don't think I have any announcements or anything. Oh, I do have an announcement. Yeah. So yeah, I'll hold that to myself for now. I'm gonna make sure it's a little solidified. Maybe later in the stream after I figure out how I want to word it and more awake. Alright. I really feel like I'm missing something. Or forgetting something. Don't know what it could be though. I think we're close to our sub goal for the first $20 Amazon gift card. Subs with an S, plural, will tell you my current sub count. 5-hour check, yes, done that. Breakfast, yes, i.e. 5 hour equals breakfast. Yes, I have my water. I did forget you streaming, Miss, because you generally stream random things, and I know you have games that you're supposed to stream, but I mean, I think you only stream what game you say you're going to stream 80% of the time, which is still a good ratio. But you at least do stream. But what's the point of telling people that you're playing Mist when currently it's just you and Notoria? Remind me when I'm closing that I can remind everybody that you're streaming tonight, so that way we have an audience. Man, I know I'm forgetting something. Better check my phone. It's probably because I know I'm supposed to be at these appointments that got rearranged. I don't know. I definitely feel like I'm doing something and my phone's done. Everything is breaking to this morning. My phone won't load my calendar, so if I'm forgetting something, my phone forgot it too. Power off the phone, turn it back on. So genetics game. I did some research, guys. And that game is basically like, to my understanding, there's no true win condition. We can literally play forever. And it tries to follow like the laws of genetics, scientific genetics, as much as humanly possible. And I'm wondering, oh yeah, he does have armor. That's interesting. Anyway. Words. Lost train of thought. Oh, and so basically we beat the game. The only way to get like we could then try to breed like the master race, which is very interesting concept for a game, I guess. But to my understanding, I've basically did what most people don't, and that's survive on one game. Apparently, most people never get off their initial island and die out quickly. But we're self-sustainable with a pack of 20 plus. So, I don't know, it's interesting. I don't think we'll be streaming that anymore. Oh, the event. October 7th. Starting at noon Eastern Time is a game of Civ 5. I'm comfortable with hosting up to a 12-person game. I think my computer should handle that without a problem. I hope. And so if people are interested in playing a game of Civ 5, just sign up via Discord or just let me know so I can keep track of who's going to be there. Subs will have first priority. And I'm thinking about making board game Saturdays a thing. Every other Saturday or maybe once a month Saturday, where we will play a different board game-esque game. Like Talisman, Civ 5, maybe the Party Jack boxes via stream. Stuff like that. Just a random chillax kind of Saturday stream. Just to, I don't know, have fun with it. Alright, it's time to stop delaying. It's time to play a game. Are you sure you should start a new game? Your existing game will be lost. Yeah, I haven't played this game in ages, so I'll start over. Because it's an amazing game. Ready? Here we go. Morning.
Proper story is supposed to start at the beginning. Ain't so simple with this one. Now here's a kid whose whole world got all twisted, leaving him stranded on a rock in the sky. He gets up, sets off for the Bastion, where everyone agreed to go in case of trouble. Ground forms up under his feet as it pointing the way. He don't stop to wonder why. Finds his lifelong friend just lying in the road. Well, it's a touching reunion. He sees what's left of the rippling walls, years of work undone in an instant, in the calamity. That a survivor? No, ma'am. It's a gas fella, forced out from underground. Kid pops him good. Starts to feel his bruises, though. Kid just rages for a while. An old repeater falls out of the sky. Ain't a gift from the gods, but it'll have to do. Gotta hold her still to spin up the chamber. Kid's worked up quite a thirst by now, so that fountain looks real inviting.
Real inviting.
Sometimes you just need a drink.
We all know that we all have those days, right? We just need a drink. What up, Raven? You're in Titan mode, brother. Kill people. I don't know why, but when I started the stream, it puts you in, like, you got armor and everything.
A school of squirts
Yes, he
tumbles
is.
up around him. Must have fled here from the mines.
He got the blood and did it all legit yesterday.
It's a wonder the old saloon's still standing. Used to have the nicest view. Kid finds a memento from a girl he knew. Always used to fancy her. He sets foot inside one of Zealandia's famous watering holes. Inside's old Rondi, the bartender. The calamity got him before his drinking did. Then Kid finds his trusty shield. The security takes him for a petty thief. Special delivery, gas fellas. Windbags start turning up for last call. More squirts start coming out of the woodwork. A big old fella pops out in front of the kid. Kid sees the way to the Bastion out the window. It's a bit of a drop. He gets a good look at things on his way down. He lands on top of a breaker's bow, and it ain't broke. Kid spies a good perch for some target practice. He knows he should draw the string all the way back. Wasn't long before the kid could loose an arrow, strong and true. The kid pockets a memento from a breaker, once the fastest man in the land. Good news is the emergency defenses still work. Bad news is they're aiming for the kid. Picks up a few pointers from a dusty old tome.
Did it say how to use my spinny spin thing? I wasn't paying attention. I didn't pay attention. I've never played this on keyboard and mouse. Q? Q? Probably Q. Probably Q. Yeah. I was trying not to die.
He's a mighty fast learner. And then
No!
he falls to his death. I'm just fooling. He finds the distillery right next to the arsenal. Tough part of town. The arsenal's where the kid can pick the best tools for the job. One sip of the spirits in that distillery, and the kid'll feel like a new man.
Fermented squirt extract with a nose of stale bread for the ocean gives plus 10 health. Critical chance, active only when at full health. Or fetching fizz, absorb stray fragments. Started as a baroon prank, but evolved to become popular with miners and scammers.
some of them squirts birthing like crazy in a couple of corn bins.
This game is much better when played with controller. But I didn't take time to try to set up my PlayStation controller with my computer. Dun, 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 dun. Music's so good. Whoa.
Old ferry barge sends the kid on his way. The Bastion's real close now.
Ow. Ow.
Kid takes a chunk of alloy. The smell of barley and spoiled blueberries fills the air. Scumbags. Kid maybe shouldn't have done what he just did. Robs a scumbag of his last meal. Kid puts him out of his misery.
So how about that hockey last night, Raven? That was a bad shot. It's on fire.
He finds the core to the Wharf District. He steals the city's heart. Might as well. Kid has a feeling he better get a move on. The place is starting to fall. See, that core Kid took was the only thing making this particular rock stay afloat. Kid just keeps running. At last, the Skyway's in sight. Whisks him where he needs to go. Now the kid sees something stranger still. His mind races. Did anybody else survive? Sure enough, he finds another. He finds me. We talk for a spell. There's a bit of the Bastion's power in that crest. Enough to point the way to the cores. All I tell him is to set that core of his on the monument there, then watch. I try to let the kid down gently. This is the Bastion, all right, except no one else showed up. Just like that, the Bastion comes alive. Starts growing again, growing stronger. Kid's gotta put its power to good use. Now the Bastion can send him even farther into the wild unknown. Kid ponders what to build. The Bastion's a place of peace, but we can hold our own if we have to. Ain't much kid can't handle with hammer and bow in hand. Ain't always much to say. Kid don't know what's out there waiting for him. The Skyway. Now the kid can ride the wind to distant lands. Now he lands at the intersection between bad and wrong. Ought to be a core down one of these twisted streets. But which one? He heads for the squirt steps. Won't be no field trip this time. Kid ain't ever seen an elephant squirt before.
Wow.
Hopes he'll never see one again. They say even the most rambunctious squirts can be tamed. No sign of the core here. At least the kid got something for his trouble. Scumbag can digest just about anything. Except for this. It's quick for slicing and light enough to throw. Them squirts just don't know when to quit. He heads for the east side, where windbags used to keep the local forge. Odd place to find the likes of Percy the Snitch. Never much cared for that big wide grin of his. Somehow that old forge is still standing. Inside the forge, Key can fine-tune those instruments of his. With a good length of meat gut, that bow's like new again. Core ain't here neither, so he's gotta guess again. Up north is where the gas fella foreman used to live, tending to his flock. No white gas fellas all dress alike. Kids wondering the same thing. There it is, but it's locked down tight in an alloy cage. A blustery old foreman's keeping his fellas in check, almost like he's showboating for the crowd. And now there's a new marshal in town. He hears the whole place groan, but it's too tough to fall. Might as well check the other side streets before leaving this hole. The rest of the path is gone for good, and his city crest won't bring it back. He comes back, just like I knew he would. The core hums in his pack. The monument's calling for it. The windbags used to be all right. Then the calamity took the floor out from under him. Sometimes a single look says it all. Kid does it again. Only fair he decides what we build next. A bow and a machete, every bit as effective as the fancier stuff. Makes time to sample spirits from my personal supply. Dread rum's brewed from swamp weeds, so its effect is as bold as its flavor.
Crawls in chat, guys. For those of you who are listening passively and not reading chat, you might want to get on it.
Picked up traces
Get
of
your
other
blood.
cores while the kid was out.
We need at least one or two more for Crawl to make it legit, people.
In better days, the melting pot was sealed tighter than the skin on a squirt. Of all the plans to survive the calamity, it had to be stab weeds. If there's a core, he figures it ought to be deeper down. core stuck inside one of those fancy cages. Some of the stuff lying around was downright dangerous. He throws a switch. Now what could possibly go wrong? Quite a bit, as it turns out. The cage starts lifting from the core ever so slow. All Kid can do is wait. Shipments start falling in. Not every squirt's born bad. Some spring to the kid's defense. Judging by the moving of the cage, it's gonna take a little while. Scumbags don't take kindly to interlopers. Even some gas fellas take his corner. Heard he popped that mean old foreman. At this rate, maybe 5 more minutes, maybe 30, hard to tell. Squirts get real territorial around the core. Then a shipment of free samples shows up. It ain't all bad, as the kid finds some spices from the motherland, tax-free. One thing's for sure, that cage is awful heavy.
Thanks for the host, Young Messiah. How you doing today? How'd your stream go?
It's a troublesome scene, to be sure. Moments left and the core goes free. 10, 9, 8, 7. You give or take a few seconds. Finally, the core's within reach. And done. He's got it. Just gotta get to the nearest barge.
I'm being attacked. I can't do anything about it because it's loading screen.
I still remember the look on his face after that one. The old world's finished, but the new world's just getting started. Folks voyaged across the boundless sea to found Caelondia. It was good living here for a while.
Thanks for the host, Zane and Scary. How you guys doing today?
A lot of things need fixing up in this world, and we can start right here. Couples used to walk the sundown path. Kid ain't here for pleasure, though. But then, somebody gets to the core before the kid. The floor starts giving way under the lightest step. A single panic squirt could bring the whole place down. Fragments of the old world rain from the sky. Well, the path ain't exactly open to visitors no more. Security's all fired up. See, the path was intended for leisurely strolling and such. Sky bridges link the path together. One of them bridges whips the kid along. Finds a spyglass, like the ones they'd used to search the stars. Air travel always was an iffy proposition. The calamity changed everything, even where the wind blows. Well, if we mastered the winds in the old days, we can do it again. But the question is, who else could have taken the core? Well, ain't no survivor stole the thing. Scumbag ate it by mistake. Tough break. Unlike the kid, that core ain't coming back. know they used to ship live munitions down the path. Find time to find them. He's wise to toss those things plenty far away. Even gas fellas need some shut-eye from time to time. They get real cranky when you wake them up. In all this toil, Kid keeps coming back to an overwhelming question.
Overwhelming.
Who else could have survived the calamity? So he didn't find the core that time, but that ain't about to stop us. We could always see the stars. We just never could reach them, no matter how high we built. Fetching fizz is like a mouthful of nails, but the benefits are worth it.
My calendar is not working.
The dead welcome him with open arms.
That one works. That later.
The calamity took everybody after all. Kid sees it plain, frozen faces all around. You don't much care to see him. Not like this. These folks never saw the calamity coming, but someone did. Someone close. It was someone like him. Kid sees him there agape, in the flesh. It's a snag or two trying to get to him. He ain't about to stop, no matter what. He's got so many questions after all. Just ain't got time for answers. The Thunder Brothers didn't make it. They never saw what it was like beyond the walls. Nordy the Bird Boy didn't make it. The Jawsons, they didn't make it. Grady Sr., Grady Jr., they didn't make it. But him, he survived. Kid finds proof enough that man ain't from around here. Just think, without that man, we wouldn't be here right now, would we? The Corps survived as well. Kid does what he has to do. What do you say to a man who's seen too much? Kid hasn't a clue, but he says this. We have to go. Please.
Playing these role-playing games lately, guys, I've realized I need to fix my monitor setup. Like, my
He's
neck
a
is actually
proper
starting to
gentleman, that man.
hurt because I have to look to the
His
right the
name
whole
is
time.
Zulf.
So I gotta
No
figure out what to
hiding
do.
he's an Ura. Folks like him ain't never been a common sight in Caelondia. He's relieved to see a living face or two. The kid and I introduce ourselves in kind. Both to him and to each other for the first time. For Zulf, Caelondia was like a second home. He's real worried about his first home, too. Far to the east. We all lost loved ones in the calamity, he says. I don't know how I'm gonna go on without mine. Zulf offers to help me plot the skyways for the kid. At least the calamity hasn't touched the stars, he says. He was born in the Tazzle terminals. The Ura sent him on a mission of peace to our city, and he's lived here ever since. We fought the Ura decades ago, but that was then. Things are different between us now. They remember. That's why this place is coming together. That's why things are gonna be alright.
Alright, alright, alright!
Well, look what we have here.
I don't know what these do. I had ran into the other ones in the past, so I knew what they did. I must have missed these and then... I only get one though. right? By paying tribute to the past, one may better prepare for the future or lost and found. Like, you should always pay homage to where you came from, right? Alright, Raven. Have a good meeting. Never forget where you came from. Problem if you do, right? So...
The memorial. Here, a kid can pay respect to the old world and earn it in kind. The valediction. Just another one of my sketches. Nothing more. Words can't express what happened, but they're all I got. Kid's lifelong friends looking fit to keep on fighting. We tracked down a couple more cores near the edge of the city.
I think I need to get a monitor mount, guys, so that way I can have my monitors on top of each other instead of the way I have them now. I need a new desk in general so I can lower. I think that's the issue, actually, is that my monitors are too high. I have to look up and over the whole time instead of looking right at them. I don't know. I don't know. This kink in my neck's starting to be a pain, though. So I know I gotta figure something out, and I gotta do it relatively soon. It's starting to hurt. Alright. Cinderbrick Fort. 5th Orchard. No, it's all the way up.
No use praying to the gods these days. No time for it either. Kid says a little prayer anyway. Couldn't hurt, right? 5th Orchard. Place is a dead end in more ways than one. Folks used to make pilgrimage here to pay their respects to Pith, the bull. Well, the gods are long gone now, and the orchard core is long gone too. Seems Pith ain't much of a watchdog. Pith stood for something once. Something real. In time, though, the bull stopped being a symbol and started being decoration. Pith makes a decent scarecrow, at least. Then Pith lights up like a rodeo. Ain't easy punching through his hide. Kid breaks him to bits. Must have been guarding that shrine. So what'll it be? Invoke the gods, or tell them off? Pith. Kid decides to press his luck. Well, if the gods are alive, they must be plenty sore. Kid ain't never seen windbags that quick. Maybe old Pith put a scare in him.
What did it raised the damage? It raises the damage and the speed and damage of my opponents, but I get 10% more experience points.
The
Oh, no.
gods ain't gonna catch you if you fall. kid passes Pitt's trial, and he's richer for it. The gods don't care about trinkets, but the kid ain't no god. Kid ain't found a core, but at least he found Zolf's precious shrine. Now we can build a shrine of our own, though I got some alternatives in mind. Zolf doesn't touch the thing. Says the god of commotion is no children's toy. The Ura feared the gods. We turned them into toys, put their faces on our walls. The Breakers. Ain't no one could outrun them. Or their arrows.
Fly like an eagle.
There's only one way in the Cinder Brick Fort. The hard way. Sure, the city marshals may be gone. But now the fort's crawling with windbags. The calamity was mercy for normal folks. The windbags ain't so lucky.
Oh, didn't see that guy sneak up behind me. Ow.
They've been left to freeze or starve or face the kid.
I already scheduled Dominic's appointment. Please fix that before you're there. While you're there, no. Sorry, guys.
Well, windbags young and old keep fighting for the fort. At least the marshals left the kid a parting gift. Something the windbags just can't handle. Something that'll punch clean through their greasy hides. Windbags ain't much different from normal folks. All they want's a warm place to stay and a decent meal. The calamity drove the windbags topside. A lot of them wound up here in this very fort. Could have been minding the business underground like in the old days.
Oh, hello. That's one way to avoid his heat-seeking missile, eh?
Windbags can't use the marshal's supplies, but the kid sure can. He stashes the marshal's prize. Goes back to something more his style. Cinder Brick gave him enough heat and metal to munch on for a while. Well, the fort ain't theirs by right. Can't blame them for wanting it, though. So many of those sorry things holed up inside that old fort. Not a scratch on him as he presses on to higher ground.
Oh no! Damn it, keep hitting the mic. Sorry guys. I tried moving to adjust my neck issues and apparently this new positioning is hitting the mic.
Times like this, kids glad he packed trip mines. Security's plane gone haywire. Windbags gummed up the works. Kid ain't afraid of getting burned. They trapped the kid in the middle of the fort's parade grounds. Then they bring out Glutus and Glandon and all their scumbag uncles. They got something to gain, and only their sorry hides to lose. Kid takes down Glutus. Oh, Maybe it was Glandon. The other big fella soon joins his brother, wherever they are now. The windbags finally get the message. Kid used to dream of getting a marshal's badge, but not like this. The Skyway's a welcome sight after all that. And now ain't nothing left for nobody down at Cinderbrick Fort. Kid shows up just as Ulf's telling me about his own journey to the city.
Oh, I realize I've never self-promoted on Discord, guys. Now I have. Sorry about that.
Zolf's travels ain't much compared to what the kids had to go through for all this. The marshals seem like good men, he says. They treated him with dignity. Zolf brought his antique smoking pipe all the way from the terminals. Seems the only thing the Calamity saved for Zolf was his smoking pipe.
Like a bong to me.
Can't be too careful these days.
Why are you giving me an exclamation point and I can't interact with it?
Kid says hello, but Zolf's lost in thought. Even since the Ura surrendered to us, the marshals kept a wary eye on him. Where whiskey has no scent, but tastes like a peppered boot heel, it's not for everyone. The Gravers, the arm of justice, they seemed unstoppable. The lost and found. Here, kid takes fragments of the old world and makes them whole again. All it takes is some fragments, and the Bastion makes it good as new. Poor kid collapses after just one drag. The past. Only good thing ever come out of the past is history. The past catches up with the kid. Hardly had a moment's rest since all this started. Fair to say he's led a hard life, supposing what he says in his sleep ain't no lie. He never knew his old man, but he had his mama to take care of. Frail thing with pure white hair like his. Having his mama's hair did the kid no favors while he was growing up, but he learned to hold his own out there. School ain't working out, so the kid signs up for a turn on the rippling walls. Make his mama some money. Thanks to folks like the kid, the walls kept Caelondia safe from whatever's out there. The elements, the Ura, you name it. Once the kid done his time, he hurried on home. Turns out his mama's time was done too. The city had nothing for him. The money he'd been sending home was nowhere to be found either. What was I saying? Anyway. So what'd the kid do? Why, he went right on back to the walls for another 5 years. In the history of Caelondia, nobody's ever volunteered for a second shift on the walls. Out there, kid learned to fend for himself. Learn to build. Learn to break. In time, the kid earned good standing with the marshals. They trusted him to scout out farther than anybody. One night, on one of his expeditions, the ground beneath him shuddered, cracked, and split apart. He saw nothing where the world used to be. The calamity happened just like that. All the kid had to work with was his hammer and the clothes on his back. Through twisted streets, he ran with nothing but the city crest and an old stranger's voice to guide him. Will finally arrived at Caelondia's vaunted safe haven. He and no one else.
No!
But then, all he got was more thankless work from a man who ain't even asked his name. Sure, I may be the one who dreamt up the walls in the Bastion, but the kid made them real, not me.
Ah, dang it.
I'd like to say I'll never forget him, or what he's doing, what he's done. I surely would.
Right, Raven? Maybe it was a Trojan horse type of sidekick. Maybe you should choose better sidekicks.
What else is there to say? The little Zolwood oil and that blade shines like a light. War machetes are so quick, you gotta keep a good grip on them. Kid packs a special surprise in every one of those arrows.
Oh, where is the crew today, man? It's just the 4 of you today. I'm a little lonely. I thought you guys would enjoy seeing some Bastion play.
The Langston River flowed free and wild till the calamity drank it all up. Maybe all that water just grew wings and flew off. Riverbank swarming with windbags. They're so bent on finding the core, they hardly notice the kid. Lucky for him, a certain famous ferry barge.
Thanks for the host, Corrigan.
Weepin' Millie.
Well, I didn't expect the walrus to
She
be
sends
there.
some squirts crying home as she leaves port. Maybe Nellie knows the way to the core. Maybe she can slip right past all the clamor on the coast. Or maybe not. The security skiff pulls up portside. Nellie's just another windbag to those guns. Just then, the windbags notice who she's sailing with. They try to cut her off. They try to slow her down. They try to knock her out. Well, Weepin' Nellie tries harder. Try as she might, though, she hits a snag. Kids gotta help her get untangled. Favors for favors. At least she picked a good spot for a break, 'cause the core's right there. Then the kid hears an unusual sound, like 100 flapping wings. Peckers.
Peckers. I was attacked by a bunch of peckers.
They've been watching his every move. They had their own eyes on the core, but why? Well, kid ain't got time to think it over just yet. He finds Weepin' Nellie raring to go. Turns out she's got a special surprise for when the waters get rough. She's gonna need a little help with all them pickers. Crafty things think they're king of the roost now. Rest of us only wish we could fly in times like these. Security skiffs keep on coming, starboard side. Don't seem to care what they shoot, as long as they hit something. Windbags get an even better idea. They aim to smash Weepin' Nellie to splinters. Well, it all proves too much for poor Nellie. She's just gotta make one last stop. With her last breath, Nellie gets the kid to solid ground. Solid ground in Pecker country. They want that
Pecker
core
country.
real bad. Seems the calamity ain't hurting Pecker's appetites. Might be they want it just as bad as a kid. Kid shoos them off, knowing they'll be back. Know how many times Kid nearly fell off the barge back there? A good couple of times. Now, listen close. You should.
Alright, Raven, enjoy lunch, man. I'm kind of hungry myself, surprisingly enough. Usually I'm not for another couple hours, but who knows.
Why go to Prosper Bluff?
God dang it. I need to figure something out. It's time to get a new desk or something, guys. 'Cause this is
Used to
getting
take an enterprising
frustrating.
man or a plain old fool to venture out that far.
Using like a 20-year-old desk, I think. 15 years? I don't know, 10 years. I don't know. Hano gave it to me after he had used it for like 10 years.
The city was the most beautiful place in the world. We all knew that. But on the other hand, some folks just yearn to see the things they're told they can't. And that's why you go to Prosper Bluff, ain't it? There the kid hears something he ain't heard in a long while. How's it go again? Yeah, that's the one.
There's a link on my Twitter for this game if anybody's looking to buy it. That's a Steam code you can buy via Amazon. It is an amazing game. This is the farthest I've ever been in it. I've only ever played like a few minutes here and there. I love the announcer. The art style is pretty sweet. But it's the narration that really sells this game for me. Now we have 2 door options. That's interesting. I can just fall off the cliff. It's cool. Oh, I just apparently am. We're down to 1 door option.
Well,
Oh,
no point
no.
explaining what happens next, right? Suffice it to say, kid ain't coming home empty-handed. And besides, it's like the song goes.
Someday your bird is gonna fly. Gonna build that wall on.
They'll be here before too long.
Bum, 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 bum.
We darn near celebrated when the kid got back, didn't we? Zolf never thought he'd see a fellow her again. We become fast friends. Calamity has that effect on people.
You build a wall.
But there was more to be done. There was one last core to find.
Alright, so I'm gonna throw this out there real quick. Mind you, this is the farthest I've ever been in the game. I've only ever played like 45 minutes here and there just tinkering around because I like listening to the announcer. But do you think that Rux and me are the same person and it's a time travel thing? Because I mean, look at us. We're almost identical. I'm a kid, but he's an adult. But that's like 60 years difference, right? Is this some weird time travel shit? I don't know. Just throwing
Kid's
it out there.
surprised when I tell him there's only one core left. I shouldn't have believed it either. A scientific journal written in Zolf's native tongue. He learned so much from it. Too much. Most of the Ura never got a taste of Ceylondia's fine goods, unless they were born and raised in the city like Zia here. Sure, the world's all gone to pieces farther than the eye can see, but leave it to this gal to point out the amazing view. Girl tried to run away from home one time, but the marshals stopped that, didn't they? So many secrets in there and she can't even read it. Her father's own journal. If only I'd known half the secrets of the Calamity were tucked away in that book, I'd have worked to translate it right away.
He talks as if like he knows the future or that he I don't know. I'm getting suspicious. There is suspicion to be had, and I am having it. That's how you know I'm involved in a storyline, though, when I start actually putting pieces together. Questioning what's going on around me.
Behold, The Pantheon. A Kobe.
So this is basically just to make things harder, but get more experience.
The gods never liked competing for people's affections.
Right? I don't know. Oh, now I can buy idols to invoke more gods.
Finders keepers. Hensa. Javel.
Now they're attacking like for a whole bunch extra damage. They're gonna like get vengeance after I kill them, and they are going to take a lot more damage because they have armor. But for all of that, I get 30% more experience points. See how hard we can make the game before it's just too hard to play. Alright, looks like I got no quests. This little thing just sits here.
Ah, come on, give the little tyke a break. We track the final core beyond the city to the wilds.
Fly like an eagle. Alright. Let's get it on!
The wild unknown. Place can eat a man alive. Place is so raw, even the Calamity couldn't cook it. Not all of it.
Oh. Show the 3 idols of the gods.
Know what's better than having a slinger pistol in a fight? Having 2.
Interesting.
Savage things lurking at every turn. Kids
Oh,
faster than a slinger with those
shit.
guns.
It's not nice. Remember how I said see how hard we can make it before it's impossible?
Pin cushions ain't the worst of it either.
Kind of scary. One was hard enough, are you kidding? Give me my bow. I don't need this damn thing. Yeah. I always change it on my shit.
Pecker's got the core, like they're building a bastion of their own. The welcoming committee
Holy
scrambled to attention.
shiza.
Didn't expect the kid so soon.
Want to buy my bow. Oh, no way to heal? Oh, we're doomed. Doomed!
They shouldn't have let their guard down. Getting that core was one thing. Getting out's gonna be another. He digs his way out of the clearing, but the wilds won't let him go without a fight. Wallflowers survived the calamity. It toughened them up. Same goes for the kid. Best take it real slow when pincushions are afoot. Slinger Jawson's old outpost is all that's left of him. Kid sticks to his old standbys. A handful of windbag shipments made it out this far. Kid's seen the last of them.
Ow, that's right. They all explode because of one of my idols.
Don't ever turn your back on a pincushion.
Gatling gun? That seems accurate.
Jawson's boys left all kinds of stuff out here. Kids roused up half the wilds by now.
I'm stuck. Seriously? Hey Jojo, how we doing, buddy?
Then kid gets the feeling he's being watched. Not by me, by a lunkhead. And lunkheads ain't fond of two-legged animals.
He's taking no damage every time I've shot him.
Hardly any signs of the old Jawson camp. Wild green vine apples, about the only good thing out here.
The mine I have unequipped because I thought I was dealing with these birds and long range things, so I have my bouncing arrow equipped, so I don't have a mine. Sword, I have to be able to get behind him. Didn't seem to be doing much damage.
The wilds already reclaimed this place. He's anxious to get back. After all, he's got the final core.
His journey is over!
Well, no, it ain't. Not by a long shot.
Of course not by a long shot. Why would it? Why would that be the thing, right? Cry me a river.
Kid knows something's up when we ain't there to give a warm welcome. See, Zolf and I were just wrapping up a heated discussion. Zolf can barely muster the words. The calamity failed, he says, but I will not. And with that, Zolf leaves us here, alone. When Zolf got through reading that journal, he just snapped. Started smashing up the monument till I tried to stop him. Zolf cursed the city, cursed the Bastion, cursed me, said he was going home.
See you guys, I'm going home.
Zolf banged up the monument pretty bad. But there's a way to put her back together. The shards. We're gonna need all of them to nurse the Bastion back to health. Takes a lot of moving pieces to make a dependable sidearm. Stay absinthe is like drinking a cool breeze. Just don't go spitting needles everywhere. The city brought the shards to the wilds. Now the kid's gonna bring them back.
I'll fly like an eagle.
After Zolf's little episode, Kid sets off in search of shards. First stop, Jawson Bog. You'll get lost in that bog, I told the kid, and I won't be able to guide you back. Well, I let him go. What else could I do? What could any of us do? Zolf put us in a real bind. Hurt the Bastion bad. But the shards can make it better. They're like smaller doses of the core's medicine. Shame the only place to fill that prescription is out here in the wilds. This place is intoxicating.
Intoxicating.
Don't know where he's gone. Might be gone for good for all I know. Wherever he is, it's somewhere I've never been. Somewhere I never want to go.
Oh, you're like the ghost from Mario. Eat it. Figured you out. Oh.
The dead welcome him with open arms. Kid pops him good. That a survivor? No, ma'am. It's a lonesome ghost of a gas fella. What do you say to a kid who's seen too much? I'm Zolf of Liura. Pleased to make your acquaintance. Now the kid sees something stranger still. Did anybody else survive? Sure enough, he finds peckers, lunkheads, wallflowers, pincushions, vine apples, swamp weeds, ankle gators. Now the Bastion can send him even farther into the wild unknown.
We're going through the whole
Sets
game
foot
all over
inside
again,
one of Ceylonia's
but through like
famous
a mental
watering
thing.
holes. The security's just gonna have to straighten him out. He has the nerve to flash the shield he stole. He's a petty thief. Kid succeeds where the calamity failed. Would you look at what he did to poor old Rondi the bartender? Proper story's supposed to start at the beginning. It's so simple with this one. Now here's a kid whose whole world's alright, snoozing there on a rock in the sky. He wakes up. I'm just fooling. He sees what's left of the rippling walls. Years of work undone in an instant. He sees what's left of Piff, the bull. The gods, they're all undone. He sees what's left of his lifelong friend. friend, he's come undone too. He sees what's left undone. Thought we'd lost him, but he finally comes to. The shard ain't lost either. Not anymore. Now to find a ticket out of this hole. Bootlickers dig their nasty thorns into his heels. Disgusting things. Ever heard of a lung blossom?
Nope.
It's bigger than the stories say. They say one whiff of lung blossom can make you lose your mind. Well, the kid prunes it down to size somehow.
Yeah, I don't, that was kind of disturbing. Wow. I mean, I guess that fits what Notoria's doing, right? She's pruning bushes and she's bound to find one of
Mother
those
only
things.
knows what happened in the bog. Kid never much cared to speak of it. A shard is like a poor man's core, but beggars can't be choosers. That's it. Few more shards like that, and we'll be back in business. A single shard can breathe new life into this place. The shard's got enough juice to spruce up any of these places.
Oh, now we can upgrade. Probably want to upgrade the shop first, right?
We need an awful big lost and found under the circumstances. It wasn't fixed, it was unbroken.
Damage resistance. I swear there was a spirit that said that I get that healing is maxed out and I get +2 to my amount of health potions I can carry.
Leechade so sour it'll perk you right up when you're feeling low.
There it is.
The city tried to use the shards to stake out the wilds. So much for that plan.
Jojo. How about that hockey last night, Jojo? How about that hockey? I think being almost 3 hours in, I haven't gotten up for a break yet. I probably should go use the restroom, stretch my legs, move, so I don't get like overly fatigued before I start this. So give me a uno momento. I am going to use the restroom, stretch my legs real quick. So we'll be right back. Be right back, guys. I'm back. Yes, it was very, very fun. Enjoyed hockey. Okay, I need to figure out what I want to do about my desk. I think I'm ready to commit to upgrading. Cause this is becoming problematic. My neck's starting to hurt, and I'm not a fan. So, all right, back to our game.
Ankle gators used to roam the wilds, and they nested at Rothus Lagoon. Many a tale folks used to scare their children straight originated here. All kinds of beasts what don't know up from down, still lurking about. Only the city's brushers knew their way around the lagoon. They moved quick and quiet. These beasts, they don't like company.
Ow. 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 Get off it, bird, you pain in my arse. Alright, so these... the damn jumping jack go.
Even the brushers learned to fear this place.
Ow. Didn't see that guy. Hurt these. Come on, use your machete, get through the wilds.
They used to think that ankle gators were extinct.
Whoa!
Well, they ain't. One of them's been living in the tall grass. They called her Queen Anne. Turns out Queen Anne got a hold of a shard. Ankle gators love shiny things. The lagoon's got plenty of other dangers, of course.
That was a little freaky. Good day to be weeding, huh, Victoria? Whoa, hello.
Know what smells worse than an ankle gator's breath? A stinkweed.
You're a stinkweed.
Ain't time for pecker hunting, but the kid can't resist. Can't fight Queen Anne without the proper tools.
Like we're going in for a spear.
The brushers use their pikes to keep their distance around here. Now the kid can do the same.
Ooh, and I can throw it.
They say you can't hurt an ankle gator unless it's raining, and it ain't raining. Sharp sticks make Queen Anne nervous, so she backs off a bit. Those pin cushions been living off the ankle gator's scraps. Queen Anne can't fit down some of these narrow paths. Queenie leads the kid into some kind of twisted trap. One bad step in that tall grass and he's Queen Anne's lunch. Still no sign of the shard.
I don't know if I like the pike or not. I'll keep it for now.
The closer you get to an ankle gator's lair, the thicker the tall grass grows. Kid's gotta make a run for it. That old gator's right on his tail.
Ow, I didn't even see that thing.
Bad idea to walk in gator grass. Queenie must have scared a bunch of peckers out of hiding. Ankle gators don't much care for their young. That's why there ain't many around. Wanna know how to find an ankle gator lair? You use a kid as bait. Now she's coming for him. She's got nowhere else to go. The shard's sitting in plain view. He's got it, and now to finish her off. They say if you run across an ankle gator, you better keep running. She's starting to get annoyed. Can't get hasty in a place like this.
I didn't see there was a hole there, apparently.
And now he's made her mad. Rest in peace, Queen Anne. That was for the brushers.
Then I could walk over there.
Kid's done what needed to be done.
I've done what needs to be done. Alright, Skipper. Have a good meeting.
Queen Anne's reign is over. We even got a crown jewel. All that trouble for a single shard. But you know what? It was worth it. That gator's a crazy gal, but so's the gal who promised to look after her. They said Queen Anne was just a folktale. Now there's living proof she ain't. Ain't saying much, but that's the greatest forge in all the city. The next shard should be farther out there in the wilds. Know how Caelandia became the richest city in the world? 2 words.
I think we're gonna call it after this mission, guys.
Point Lemaine.
We'll play this tomorrow too. We'll
If
play
the
this till we beat
wilds
it
could
the
ever be
rest of the week.
tamed, it was gonna happen right here. But now, the greatest outpost past the city line is nothing but a freak show. The army's triggers once had the place on lockdown. Kid might as well pick up what they left off. Blam! Just like my fighting days. Gun like that can even put the wilds in check. Point Lemaine seen better days for sure, but it ain't done.
Yeah, I still hear Raven. Probably be the last mission though, I think. But we're gonna play this, I think, till we beat the game. We'll play it the rest of the week.
Whole place shudders in a fit. The grand rail of Point Lemaine, not only is it still there, it still works. Of course, it's no longer shipping hides and alloys and spices, but it can give the kid a lift. Just as long as he can stay clear of the trouble on the tracks. Grand rails all grown over with things of calamity chewed up and spat out. Things eager to take back their turf. Kid don't let so much as one of those things slip by. Lunkheads settled in like they own the place. Takes fancy footwork on the rail, what with wallflowers, coughing fungus everywhere. Only one way to cure a cough like that. Not much wiggle room up there near the rail. Place used to be closed off, but now it's split open like a rotten pineapple. Of course, the Grand Rail's seen much more fighting in bygone times. Near on 50 years ago, first shots fired in the Ura-Celandian War. It was right here that Zulf's Ura forefathers decided to mix it up. Okay, so maybe we didn't get their sign-off on the whole Grand Rail thing. That was bad. The rail must have shook the Ura to the bone down in those dens of theirs. Well, the rail won't last much longer now that the kid took the shard. It's still got one good run in store for him, though. All the rotten wood there on the rails turn it into swamp weed central.
What the deuce? It's one of those like side scrollers all of a sudden where I don't have much room to navigate.
Ever tried dancing side to side while holding your breath? While shooting a genuine registered army carbine? While choking on swamp weed? While peckers trying to prick you in the eye? Well, let me tell you, it ain't fun. But then, at last, it's the end of the line. He'll be picking swamp weed out of those boots for days.
No, whoa! And then my mouse got away from me and did whatever it wanted.
Turns out he's got company up at the rail station, waiting for him. Not just another wallflower or pincushion, mind you. At first, he thinks it's Zulf.
I won't be playing tonight. I have I bowl tonight.
Turns out he's wrong. This is for you, says the man. Then wham.
Yeah, I won't be home until yeah, I don't.
When the kid comes to, the man's long gone, but something else is there. The only words kid recognizes on that parchment are for Zia. Well, what's a kid to do? He took the shard, he took the hit, and he took that note.
If you guys have any desk recommendations, maybe a mount
That
suggestion
note
for
cuts
monitors,
straight to the heart of things, don't
so
it?
I can mount them on top of each other. I don't know if I really want to mount them on top of each other. I don't know. I need to figure out something. Because this, looking this way, is not working. I need my primary monitor lower, and I need it right in front of me. And then the secondary monitor, I think it might be easier just to have above. So that way for chat, I can just look up and I can put the webcam in between the two monitors. Because right now, this is starting to hurt. So I need a new desk. I can get measurements and put them in chat if you have any recommendations, but we gotta do something. Gotta do something.
It ain't too late to unlock the potential of this place. The arsenal's complete in case we need protection. Sometimes a brusher's pike just ain't enough. That's what the carbine's for. Zolf's messenger was one of his people. Wonder just how many of them survived, and what exactly Zolf told him. The note says it plain. Zia, go east to learn the truth about the calamity and our people. I'll be waiting. Sincerely, Zolf. Finding gourmet ingredients ain't easy these days, but we'll take what we can get. To fix a brusher's pike, you just need a good length of knife bark.
Oh, alright, chat. It's a short stream today. That kind of sucks. But, what'd you guys... I think Bastion's fun. I think we're gonna play this the rest of the week until we beat it. I got a full night and whatnot. I don't know. We gotta get back in the groove of things. These 3-4 hour streams are just not cutting it. We used to go 5-6 hours every week. I think it's the neck thing. I really do. Like, it's just the extra strain all of a sudden is just driving me batty. Maybe if I rotate my monitors, maybe that's a... See how much my neck has to move. Like, I'm looking right in the middle of the gaming monitor, right in the middle of the other one. You see how the significance there is there. It kind of sucks. See who's out and about doing those things that they do. Yeah, we're gonna send you over to Pastor. He's playing Dark Souls, so you'll see him how much he hates himself playing that. Let's see, updates. I don't really have any updates. There's the event on October 7th to play Civilization 5. You guys want to play Civilization 5? Let me know you're interested in playing. I'll get you signed up. We're gonna start at 12 noon Eastern time zone on October 7th. It is a Saturday. We will start the game with no more than 12 players, and we will play until someone wins. Anybody who knows Civ knows that could take hours. So if you sign up, please, for the best of your ability, know that you are available for an extended period of time. I understand that life happens, and if you're playing and something comes up and you gotta quit. No, I have not beat the game. I will play this the rest of the week. I need to figure out something to do with my desk because the monitor situation is really starting to hurt my neck. And so I either need to find a new desk, I need to find a monitor mount. Like, as I was pointing out, this is me looking at my monitor for that game on. And then if you look over here, and this is me looking in the center of the other monitor, and they're just too far apart. And they're too high. Like, eye level, I'm only up like maybe 3 inches up to the bottom of my monitor on the right side. So I'm looking up constantly and tilting my head, and it's just starting to cause issues. Maybe it's the beard. But yeah, so it's time to upgrade the desk and maybe monitor mounts. I haven't decided, but it's time to do something because this is starting to cause issues. We are going to send host over to Pastor though. So we will be playing this. There's a Civ game coming up on October 7th for anybody interested. So it is time to figure out. It is finally time to pull the trigger and figure out what to do about my desk. I've had the desk for probably 4 years. It was a hand-me-down from Hanel, and Hanel had the desk for over 10 years. So this desk is like 15 years old or more. It is ridiculous. So I mean, it's time. It has done wonders. It's one of those just cheap desks too. It's just been solid. Maybe I can modify it. No, because those bars are in the way. Yeah, no, I'm gonna have to find something else. So yeah, anybody has any recommendations for monitor mounts and or desks, please send them to me in Discord, send them to me on Facebook, Twitter. I don't care where you send them, just send them. Powerless Gaming Discord or whatever. So we're gonna get this going. Let's send you over to, make sure Pastor's still going. Last I checked he's playing Dark Souls, so you know he's hating life right now. You know he's dying a lot. So let's go watch him struggle. Struggle. We all know the struggle. Before everybody takes off and actually gets off, I'm actually going to give all right now. Bam! Not give everyone more than scales a day. I think that max on give all is 250. So there you go. Eat it. Yeah, Cool Eagle never showed up. What's up with that? No Cool Eagle today. I don't know. He hosts. Before we leave, there are 2 different streamers going on tonight. If you want to watch Mist online, Skipford will be streaming. I think 9 Eastern. I think that's right. Correct? 9 p.m. Eastern. I think that's it. I think that's his tentative start. And then at 7 o'clock Central Time Zone, I think it is. So an hour or so before Skipford gets on, you can watch Cool Eagle. I have no idea what he's playing. So I can tell you that Skipford's playing Mist. I cannot tell you what Cool Eagle's playing. But those are the upcoming streams that I know of that I may or may not be present in. Depends on how... well, I won't be present in most of them, actually. I'm bowling tonight, so I won't probably be in either. But you guys should check it out. Alright, let's host Mr. Jebediah. Pasta. Jebediah. I tried making a macro for that once, and Twitch won't recognize my macro. It's annoying. It's probably a good thing, though, because that way I can't accidentally do it midstream. Let's exit this so that my sound stops blabbing away. That's awesome. Okay. Yeah, I'll be able to hang out in Pastor's chat for a little bit before I have to be an adult and do adult responsibilities. Isn't that exciting? I know everybody's excited. We will play Bastion until we beat it, or until October 2nd, one of the two, whatever happens first. Currently, last I checked on the poll, I will check right now just to make sure. It looks like we will be playing Evil Within. If I can beat Evil Within before October 12th, I will buy Evil Within 2, which is released on October 13th, assuming I enjoyed Evil Within 1. And that will be release day, which means I will kind of be motivated to beat Evil Within if I'm enjoying it. Wrong button. Anyway, because the channels always get a lot of traffic when you start playing a new game, especially a AAA game. So if I can beat Evil Within in time and I enjoyed it, I will buy Evil Within 2 and be streaming it the day it's released and see if we can get some added traffic, because that would be awesome. Our traffic has slowed down a little bit as I've been playing indie games. That's to be expected. Playing smaller games, the community growth has been a little smaller. I eventually have to take the plunge and go back to a popular game, a competitive game. That's where you get my viewers generally. Or I don't. I think we'll worry about that after October. I think we'll just deal with what growth we have through the horror Spooktober or whatever it's going to be. And then after October, we'll have to probably commit to a bigger game of some sort or whatnot. We'll figure something out. I don't know yet. All right, sending you over to Pastor. You guys all have a wonderful day. I will be back tomorrow morning with some more Bastion. We will beat the game. The story of this is the farthest I've ever been, and I'm enjoying myself. I hope you guys are. I love the narrator. I love the fact that he narrates based on what I do, and it's just great. All right, you guys have a wonderful day. I've said that 100 times. This time I'm actually going to push the button.